of our mom and dad back in 1947. You can see mom's handwriting. Maybe you can see mom, and there it is. Her handwriting down there at the bottom. Mary Ann and Marvin. Dad always went by his middle name instead of his first name. Joseph Marvin, and he went by Marvin.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I don't think there was another Joe in the family, but that's just what he did.
No, it's because Mom didn't like anybody calling him by that nickname. Funny times, different things.
So we had Topping Town at my school this week. That's a student-based event where they have been earning bucks to spend at the store, and different grade levels from second grade through fifth grade have been coming up with shops and items to sell.
Oh, fun.
And so the kids have been dying that I have not had a case on my phone. So I bought a phone case. Isn't it pretty and sparkly? I mean, I said, look, guys, my phone doesn't have a case. Which one should I get? And all the little girls went. And it does have the rose gold on the sides that matches my rose gold case. So
pretty.
Isn't that cute?
It is cute.
So now, but it feels weird because I'm used to not having anything.
Yeah.
So
that's how mine is. If I take my case off for any reason, then I'm like, oh, it's naked.
And your phone feels so skinny without it. Now I feel like my phone is huge.
Yeah, well, mine is huge.
And today I made my first, I was trying to not show names and things here. I made my first iced coffee of the season. So I use a really strong, I only drink decaf, but I used a really strong coffee. And when I was getting ready to pour that, I poured over crushed ice. When I was getting ready to pour the milk, I realized that we had chocolate milk.
Ooh.
So it's a mocha.
Ooh, fun.
I think Nancy's still having tea.
I am.
What cup number are you on?
3.
Yeah, lots of tea. Oh,
I've still got half a pot left.
Because you're the only one here this morning, right?
Yep.
Okay. Shout outs. I think Nancy kind of watched and fell asleep. She had a rough week and just she didn't get through. And I have weeks like that.
No,
so
I didn't.
But I pulled out the list that I had made of people who have replied and said that they're Flosstubers. And if you're a Flosstuber and we haven't talked about you, say again that you're a Flosstuber, because we love to watch the people who are watching us. I mean, we love to watch everybody. So, and you can always tell us your favorite Flosstuber. We love, or some of your favorites who maybe aren't as well known, because we like to go explore. So I watched a lot this week. I just finally watched a little bit of Jan Hicks.
Boy, she has been prolific. This Mania stuff is she's really keeping up with it.
And the one I watched, I skipped over Mania because she was the last one that I got to see. So I was trying to get an idea about what a normal show would be and do that. And she was talking about meeting up with Donna Ray from Flannel Jimmy's Farm.
I saw that one.
And she was buying, she had bought several things. And her husband tried to tell her that would have to come out of her stash budget.
What?
And she said, I don't think so. It's Mother's Day. I love that, Jan. You go, girl. And oh my gosh, the one that went straight on my wish list that she showed was Blackberry House by Plum Street. I love the colors in it.
I don't remember that one.
It's really pretty. You'll have to look it up. It's got a house. It's got, a lot of vines.
It has a house.
Yeah. It's got a lot of vines and flowery, at least, flowery looking things in it. So, somebody else who had replied to us was Svetlana Vidalusa Gorolkina. And
what she said.
And let me tell you, Svetlana, if you watch us and understand us, I am just really proud of you, because I am not a multilingual person. Her videos are not in English. However, the one that I watched, they're short. And really, her voice is so pleasant that it's just really kind to listen to. And the one that I watched, you didn't see her. She was showing her projects. And what she was showing were some Fabby Riley biscornus that she has made.
Oh.
And they are beautiful. And I think she had a group of 4. And she kept picking one up that was purple. And I'm thinking that that's probably the one that she has just finished. And I mean, it is beautiful. The finishing is beautiful. I love doing biscornus. I need me some Fabby Riley. I have not got any Fabby Riley in my stash. So that is what I want. Some Fabby Riley. Really, really pretty. But it was, even though I didn't understand what she was saying, you could still get the idea of what was going on. And it's like, the video was just over 15 minutes.
Okay.
And, it was 15 minutes of me drooling over her biscornus. So it was not a hardship at all.
Oh, gosh.
And the next one that I watched was Victoria's Creative Crafts. Oh, my goodness. You just made me laugh, Victoria. She's a bus driver.
Oh, gosh.
So she has a sense of humor because anybody who drives, yeah, and it's a school bus. I should say that she's a school bus driver. So anybody who does that, patience, patience. And she is a multi-crafter. She does all sorts of things, and she has really moved along. And I watched her #1 video. And it was the Know Your Flosstuber tag. And
I haven't watched her. Her name was sounding familiar, and I thought I had.
Well, she's one that had responded to us. So, but anyway, she did the Know Your Flosstuber tag, and it was really fun to listen to everything. And it sounds like she has a wonderful husband who totally supports her habit.
Gotta love those kind of guys.
And I can't remember if she said that she cross-stitched years ago and she's back to it, but she is moving along, and she is nowhere near a local cross-stitch shop. Although I have to tell you, I think there were a couple of you that I listened to this week who said, well, it's 40 minutes to the closest shop. Guess what?
That's nothing.
Nancy and I drive. The closest shop for us in Blue Springs takes us 30 to 45 to get there. And the shops that we go to, the one in Wichita is 3.5 hours. When we go to Picture This Plus, one way, 3.5 hours. When we go to Picture This Plus, that's a little over 3 hours to get there. So we make a day of it. That's why we don't go. I mean, yes, if you're in the middle of the week and you need something, that's not going to work.
That's a pain. Yeah, you can't do that. You've got to try to get it at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's,
or you order from 123 Stitch.
Yeah, and
or
say,
whoever else.
Please, early.
But the great thing for us is that like Blue Springs will order anything. I was so shocked that they came up with the Nevermore pattern for me, and I know a couple of people commented and said, "Oh, I'm so jealous." Well, call them because they got it, and maybe they'll get more.
Kathy and her crew out there are just so good. They take care of everybody.
And they're so good to us every time we go. And she remembers people.
They do.
So, anyway, Victoria's Creative Crafts was really fun. And I watched a couple more, and she showed some finishes, and it was really fun. And you can see things that she's done on linen and things that she's done on Ada. And, I mean, she started out with Ada and then moved on to... she does a mix, whatever's available.
Like a lot of us did.
Yeah, but it's whatever she has available. That's what she uses.
Good.
So, and you get to see her craft room, and that's kind of fun.
Oh, that's fun. I love it when you get to see their rooms because then I get all jealous.
Oh yeah, because I watched Lisa Kindred Stitcher again this week and caught up with her current videos, and although I still haven't seen the one with Joe, because I haven't caught up with Joe yet. Why her name is just escaping me, her channel name. But anyway, oh, that's so awful. I'm so sorry. But I haven't watched that one, but I did catch up with Lisa, and I got to hear she did her video about the retreats that she's been to.
I haven't seen that yet.
and she shows her goodie bags that she got, and she's been making bags herself, and oh my gosh,
she makes some pretty bags.
Yeah, she's just had a great time. So I also watched, I know this is like long, I watched Jody Saladino. Oh. Have you watched her? I don't remember if it's just, well, Jody is a multi-crafter, and her channel, she's had a YouTube channel for a long time because she does a lot of different things, and she does some short videos, and I don't think anything gets very long. And again, I jumped in with her. I did watch her #1, Know Your Flosstuber. She only has a few Flosstube videos, maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
But she has a lot of videos because she does a lot of other things. And she has, I said Flosstube has 3 videos. And #1 was the Know Your Flosstuber. She smiles all the time. Jody, I love your smile. And can I tell you that I am really envious of your craft room office because it's purple. And that's my favorite color. And she has pieces on the wall so you can see different things. And
that's nice.
Really, really sweet. And then this week I had previously watched Marianne Loves to Stitch. I have not caught all the way up with her, but I am watching her as she progresses, and she has this really calm, quiet voice, and she's Australian. Mm-hmm. So you get that accent too, and I love to listen to accents.
Which they don't think they have. They think we do.
Right. Right. And then I watched Amber Michelle Hand Stitched. And Amber Michelle is so sweet. And she is fairly new in the cross stitch world, and it has jumped in with both feet and both hands. And she has picked up a bunch of stash, and she is working on a piece for her sister's wedding. Actually, she finished because the wedding is here. And she is a nutritionist, and she gives a nutrition tip every video, and it's really interesting. It's right at the end, and she just gives you some little pointers that'll help out. She is a big knitter. She has the cutest little things that she has made. She made a bunny. I wanted the bunny. It was so cute. But she has some little babies that she's made, and she's made clothes for them, and they're so cute. And I really just loved watching her. I watched the first one, and I thought, I have got to watch all of these. And I'm commenting on them. And she wrote back. And I appreciate that when people write back. I know Nancy and I are trying to respond to your questions and comments. And and we've noticed this week that when I am in, I click the heart, and it sends you a little heart. Nancy gives you a thumbs up. Mm-hmm. And there are people you can tell because you notice
they're
this
missing.
Too.
I looked this morning, and I was like, I know I read that, and I know I clicked it, but no, and it had my reply.
And your thumbs up was there.
Gone. Yeah. So
I don't know if there's
we're not ignoring you.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a glitch there. I found one from weeks ago that I know that I had marked, and because I see mine in my email, and sometimes I think, oh well, I must have just missed it. But when Nancy said that, I thought, no, it's not me, because I look at them and go through them on
it's just crazy.
YouTube.
Yeah, I try to do it every week, a couple times a week, because first off, because I do like to answer if they've asked something or said something nice, and but then,
sometimes we have to go shopping when you do that.
Yeah.
But then
I just like to keep up with them. Mm-hmm. I don't want people to feel like we're ignoring them.
Yes, because this is an interactive community, and we love your comments and questions and whatever you come up with.
Yeah, I just giggle and grin, and all the little comments, and oh, you girls are so funny.
I always laugh when I hear that you think that we're funny, because we don't think we're funny. No. We're just us. But that leads us into our comments and questions, and we did have some good ones this week.
Yeah.
We don't always have questions, but your comments spark. You should hear. Sometime we're going to have to film getting ready.
Pre-film.
Yeah, because we chat about what you write to us, and we love to talk about what you write to us. So we had several of you who talked about, who liked the tip that I gave about the every 10th stitch, and you had some things to point out about that too. Kay Kern pointed out that she did the every 10th stitch method, and then she didn't have time to finish it up. So later on when she came back, she knew it was counted correctly because she had her 10th stitch marked, and then she could just go back and cross the other half.
Ones.
Yep, so she didn't have to count again. It was all ready to go. And those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you're doing a like DMC, something that you don't have to cross every single cross, when you make one trip across, one pass across, every 10th stitch, if you will make a full cross instead of your half cross, then it'll help you keep counting. And when I'm using something that I have to cross every single one, I get out needles because I have a floor lamp next to my chair, and I have my magnets on it because it's got a, brass pole. And
it's cute.
And I have all my little needle minders. I don't have very many needle minders, but
no.
But
I
I
have 2 here.
But I have them lined up, and there are my extra needles on them.
But that's because some of them are in my projects.
But I will take one of those needles, and once I get to about stitch 12 or 13, I'll go back and I'll mark the 10th stitch, and it'll sit there. And I do that. I usually try to have 2 needles, and then I just move them along.
Yeah.
And I count as I go. If it's something that's going to be really long, maybe I'll get 3 or 4 needles so that I can mark it a little easier. But
keep easier track of it.
Yeah, and the other ones who talked about that with us was Debi Thomas, Minnesota Stitcher, said, I recently did the technique of marking every 10th stitch of a straight line border with a sewing pin, and it worked great. I did it on the top line of the Rosewood Manor stitch along, in fact. Then as I went back, I took out all but the middle pin so I could keep mark of the center.
I thought that was a great tip. Great tip.
So that was really good. And then Lee Pie said, that's exactly what I do with the border, 9 half stitches and 10th is a full stitch. Then I can check if I'm on track by laying a ruler down or eyeballing all the way across a piece. And at the end of stitching for that area, I complete the border stitches. Now here's her tip. If there's no called for border, I have done a vertical back stitch as a count check. 9 stitches and 10th is blank or skipped. You can easily pull that out if you wish when you complete the piece. It helps. So
I liked that one really well.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us on samplers have been taught that you make a basting stitch vertically down the side so that and you usually make it 1 stitch or 1 thread, whatever your preference is, down the side. I like 1 stitch because then you're using the same holes that you would for your row. So if
you're going over 2 threads.
Right.
Okay.
But you make that basting stitch all the way down. Now she's saying that she back stitches 9, so she has a solid row. And then the 10th one she skips so that she knows that it's number 10. When I do my basting, I generally am going over, under, doing more of a basting stitch.
Okay.
But that's a great tip. And maybe if I did that, I don't know. It just, you definitely can count that way, and it's easier.
So you're skipping every other one.
I am.
So then how do you delineate your 10?
I haven't done that with mine because I've always just done the...
okay.
But I was thinking that if I'm doing that, then what I would do is maybe skip, but because I'm only doing every other one, that would be a big gap.
Yeah.
So I would have to think about that, but I love her idea. Maybe since I do every other one, maybe I would do like 9, 10, 1, 9, 10, 11 and do all 3 of them.
Together in a group, cover all 3.
Then you would see where I do it, because I do 1 is over, 2 is under, 3 is over. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
Great tips, ladies.
yes, they are. They're really great. And I think
that's all
everybody with that.
tips.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Ruth commented and said that she's with Nancy on just watching from the sidelines for Mania. And then she said, although I probably could participate in a whip mania. So, what did I say we should have?
In June.
What did I say we should have though? A whip it out? A whip. What did I call it? I can't remember. So, whip mania or,
I think you said Whip Mania.
Well, there was that night I said something else crazy and it made Nancy laugh. But of course we won't remember that.
No. See, that's why we need to do one before we do one.
We try not to talk a whole lot because then we can't remember what we've said and what we haven't. So anyway, we could have Whiptastic June.
Oh my gosh.
And wouldn't that be fun? So y'all be pulling out your whips and let's give them some love in June. That's only a few days away. Do you realize, okay, this is our 17th Flosstube video. It's May 27th, 2018. We're making this on Sunday instead of on Saturday.
Schedules just didn't permit yesterday, so.
And I sewed like a fiend yesterday, so.
I was a slug bug. I didn't do anything.
But yeah, it's only Friday will be June 1st. Mm-hmm. So get your whips lined up. And if you are going to do a whip mania, an impromptu whip mania with us, you're going to have to let us know maybe what projects you're going to do or link us to your Instagram and we can follow you. Maybe we'll make a hashtag.
I was going to say you need to come up with a hashtag.
So I think we should do Whiptastic.
Whiptastic.
Hashtag WIPTASTIC and then I'll put a capital J, June. How about that?
Well, you better write it down.
Whiptastic June. Here's my pen. Hashtag.
Because, we already forgot it once. We better write it down so we'll remember
There we go. Whiptastic June. There we go. Whiptastic June.
And we'll put the link below here.
Yeah. And it's written down, so I should remember. But that was fun, Ruth. So thank you for the idea. And, I should be working on whips after I did all those starts.
I
know. Our friend Deanna Avery commented.
Hi, Deanna.
So you want to talk about that because you replied and everything?
Oh, okay. She said, I'll just read her whole thing here. She said, "Hi, ladies. Laura, Scarlett is gorgeous. I rarely stitch designs with people's faces, as you know, but that one is tempting. I didn't catch the real name, though. And Nancy, the flower on your SAL piece looks great. Thank you." So I looked it up for Deanna, and Scarlett is really Olivia Oakerleaf. See, I had to think about it. And it's by Silver Creek Samplers. And I think I looked on Silver Creek and found it, and they had the pronunciation right there with it. And it's Oker Leaf, Leaf. So easy, but to remember it.
And ochre is a fall color, so, it makes sense. And if we think about our English rules, when you have two vowels together, do you guys remember that little jingle, the little device that you use to remember things? When two vowels go walking, the first vowel does the talking.
I think that's Sesame Street. That's after my
it's
time.
probably it's probably from oh my gosh, what is it called? Conjunction junction.
Oh.
What's your function? I do those with my kids. We do 3 is a magic number. Yes, it is. And then they start counting, and it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. And I taught.
You remember.
Well, I still work with elementary kids.
Yeah,
and
so that's good for you.
Yes, I had a boy who had just come into the country last year, and they had not drilled any of the multiplication tables out of country where he was. And so I thought, oh my
So that was
gosh,
hard for him.
he just needs some help. I mean, he could do his 2s, his 5s, his 10s, the things most kids can. There's a 9 trick that you can do that I taught him. But, you know, some of those started messing with him. And I thought, we're just going to watch this. And so we watched 3 is a magic number. And he would be sitting there when we, you know, we would be practicing doing things. And I would see him go, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18. And I loved it because even this year as a 5th grader, he still does that.
Oh,
he knows
fun.
them all. And, you know, we all have to have those tricks
Well,
to
I
get
do that
through.
with the alphabet.
You sing
the
your song.
alphabet. I do.
We tell kids that's how long you have to wash your hands. You have to
Oh.
sing the alphabet or sing happy birthday.
Well, mine's always when I'm filing. Yeah.
So
As
anyway,
we-
Deanna, thanks for the great question. We are so squirrely and we get off on these crazy
gosh.
things. Then we have Spruced Up Stitching. Good morning, ladies. Started catching up with latest to this. I think this one she replied to was on number 14.
Yes,
Maybe?
yes, yes.
She said, I love your dynamics and share a laugh and a giggle every time I watch you. Well, I love that because you know what? I laugh and giggle at a lot of you
Yeah.
people too.
Yes,
Not
absolutely.
at you, with you.
With you.
Yes. And she said, Strawberry Fields Forever is gorgeous, and that is exactly what the gates look like. And so I want to know, does that mean that you are in England?
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Or did you visit there and just saw it?
Yeah, I would like to know more about that story.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to let us know. And then she said, one thing I love about your names is that you both have alliteration. Nancy N and Laura L. What are the odds? And I always ogle that fabric behind you every single video. So, yeah, we've talked about the alliteration thing before quite a bit. So it makes it, because L's are kind of straight, it makes it interesting for me when I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put my initials in a piece. I'll show you one in a little bit. I haven't got my initials on, and I've been trying to work it out because I feel like the L's end up being kind of straight, but sometimes I play with them and hook them
And
together. Yeah, like, you know, more like that. And it makes it at least a little more interesting.
Well, and that's what with my ends, I just sometimes try to just make the long and then go back. But yeah, it's not, doesn't make it easy. And if you put them all together, well, then you have an M or a W or something.
And
So.
we don't, our mom was map. And our uncle and one of our cousins, RED, red. I was trying to think if anybody else is a word in our family. So, we always,
Alan, he was
map. I always tease my daughter because she is KLL, so I say she's killer.
Oh.
In a good way,
Eddie,
killer.
John Edward Pullen. So
Yeah.
he's Jep.
Jup. Yeah. My husband is Gel, no, he's JLL, Gel. I mean,
JLL. Okay.
Yeah. So, but no, LBL, NCN. I think Nancy sounds like a network.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
NCN, yeah. Anyway, the other comment that we had that I wanted to talk about is that Rachel Davis and Jeannie Schwartz, Swartz,
yeah.
both mentioned the Kansas City Stitchtogether. And we wanted to make sure that we mention that again because we need some good firm numbers for Debi. So that is coming up here. If you are going to be in the area on June 9th.
Which is a Saturday.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's coming quick.
We are going to start at CC & Company on Saturday morning, June 9th. They open at 9:30, and you are welcome to come stitch whenever you want. And then we haven't really firmed this up with Debi, but I'm thinking probably 11 or so.
Probably spend a little
between
over
11
an hour
and
in
12.
the shop. And
That we will just...
that's a quick trip, an hour. Oh, man.
Yeah.
You can't hardly get through it.
Yeah, because it's so much for the eye to take in.
Yeah.
There is eye candy galore. So.
Yeah. And it's helpful for me that she has it, and I know we've talked about it, but that she has it in sections.
Yes.
You know, Halloween, Christmas, spring, because otherwise I'd just be all over the place.
Something else I really like is that she will oftentimes, if somebody brings in something to be framed, she will oftentimes, did you see Nancy's reaction? That's what we have every time. She will oftentimes hang it on the wall. Now, it's not where you can get to it.
No.
It's behind their counter and right next to their workroom.
Yeah.
But she will let us sneak back there and put, you put your hands behind your back and you're like, no, she doesn't make you do that. But, I tend to get my hands back out of the way and just look. But she hangs the pieces that they have framed and they are so gorgeous. Yeah. And then it's fun. We have several times looked at somebody's piece and then they come in and pick it up while we're there.
Yeah, you get to talk to them about it.
Oh, that was so cool. Or if somebody comes and picks one up, we say, oh, we want to see.
Yeah.
You need to share.
Or they're dropping off or whatever. We're always in everybody's business.
And we all hate to show our finished work, right?
Oh,
we
yeah.
all hate that.
Oh, yeah.
We hate for anyone
to
else to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not. But it's always fun. And I'm not a shy person, so.
You think?
I am sometimes, though. If you met me and you said something about Flosstube, I would be really shy about that because I feel like you probably know me and I don't know you.
Well, and that's, yeah.
And we experienced that out there.
At the last one because...
It was lovely.
Because people knew our names and I'm like, and who are you? Because I'm always really bad about remembering names. So, then my poor little brain is just smoking, trying to figure out why you know my name.
And people walked in and said, I know you.
Yeah,
and we're like,
oh.
Okay. Hi.
Do I know you?
Do you know me because you watch me or do you know me because I should know who you are in real life?
Yes.
So, yeah, that's fun and that's
fun.
hard.
But it was an odd experience that first time.
So, yeah. I think that's all of our questions. And so we did our Casey stitching together. Well, we didn't. So after we shopped for a while, then our friend Debbie has graciously agreed to host us all.
Thank you so much, Debbie.
Yes. So we are needing a count of, if you think you're coming. If she's got leftovers, she's okay with that.
Yeah.
What she doesn't want is to run short.
Right.
So we need you to let us know. You can comment down below and we'll keep track of it. And even if you've commented before, let's make today the first real video that we're saying you need to RSVP and just let us know. And what we're asking is that Debbie lives about 20 minutes away.
Uh-huh.
And we'll just follow her out to her house. She has plenty of room. She's got a deck outside. She's got a big table in the kitchen. She's got a table in her dining room. And she said the living room, it's all kind of
it's kind
works
of
together.
Open concept a little bit.
Yeah. And she is providing burgers and dogs. And we're asking everyone to bring a side dish. Remember, deviled eggs and scotcheroos. And so bring a
dish.
dish.
To go buy some eggs. I was going to use those this week.
Bring a dish to share. You just need Jamie to pick them up for you before she comes home. Because that's where they're the cheapest. 2 18s for less than you can get 1 18 at your regular grocery store.
I have to tell her.
But bring a dish with you and we will go out to Debbie's and we will sit and stitch. And Debbie's pretty laid back, so I'm not sure what time she's planning on kicking us out, but I would imagine you will have a good long while to stitch.
Yeah, at least 2 or 3 hours probably.
Oh yeah, and I know we love to gab, and she does too.
You don't get that right. We're very quiet. We don't talk at all.
Debbie is a great hostess. We've been to her house before,
she is very good. I enjoy it out there a lot. And it's in the country, so it's quiet and, it's really peaceful.
It's funny to think that we're in Blue Springs and it's busy, 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 and you could drive
20 minutes
and be out kind of in the middle of just beautiful area. Yeah. And the view off her deck, so pretty.
Yes.
So
you'll enjoy it.
Maybe if you're lucky, then she will let you scale her steps and see
her craft room.
I'm volunteering something here, huh? But just make sure that you're ready for your cardio because it is upstairs.
Yes, yes.
So
I was surprised. I made it. I got to the top and I'm like,
oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm like, am I getting old? What the heck
No.
is happening?
We are not. No. Okay, so next up is finishes.
Finishes.
Guess who has a finish?
Guess who doesn't?
And not only do I have a finish, I have a fully
finished oh
object.
my god, that is so cute.
So I should show you this. This is the April chart from Prairie Schooler, and I was doing this one because I've previously done this one. Love this chart. And I finished up, and I thought I just wanted it to be kind of a nice long pillow. And these are from a shop that used to be local, and we have a shop hop, or they used to have a shop hop every year. And I went one year, and they were clearing out bags. Like, you know, you would get a freezer bag stuffed full of finishing fabrics, and they were like luxury things. I have some moire silk. I have moire
Watered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Silk, taffeta.
Mm-hmm. Silk.
So pretty. I was trying to think, but pretty things in it. And this one is just.
I want to touch it.
Okay, you can touch it.
Cute.
And I
button.
stuck a little button on. Jeff decided that the brown ribbon was the best with what I had because they keep calling this pink, and that is not pink.
No.
That is not any pink I've ever seen.
No, that's a salmon almost.
Yeah.
But the bunny turned out so good. Did you see him? Did you get a close up?
Okay, so I use DMC on everything except the bunny, and on him I use
this flower down here.
Nope, that's two different colors.
Oh, okay.
Everything is one color except these, but it plays with your eye, doesn't it?
Yes.
It makes it look like it fades.
Yes.
This is bark. I don't remember if that's a Weeks Dye Works or a sampler thread, but it's bark. I know that.
Okay.
And I just thought the bunny was special.
His shadows,
now,
were they?
I did have to
DMC?
change them because they were supposed to be the brown of this other brown of the flower pots.
Yeah.
And that's almost the same color.
Yeah.
So I just went and pulled, I didn't want it black, but I used 3371, which is brown black.
Okay.
And it's just dark enough.
Back.
And
It just works so well together, Laura. Great job.
Thank you. It just is, and it's not heavy. I only use fiber fill in it because it's a long pillow. So, but I did really love it. And I wasn't sure about these little gray clouds, but I think in with the whole piece when you're looking at it, I just think it came out really pretty.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really happy with it. And maybe it does look a little more.
Oh, I see. They're raining too.
Yeah. Did you guys saw that, right?
It's really.
You see the rain down. It's cute.
They can probably see it better than we can.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going, yes, we've seen it. Get it away from our faces.
Move on.
And buttons are always fun. I dumped out my button stash and looked, and Jeff chose that. And I kind of like the stripes.
Yeah.
I debated, horizontal or vertical, but.
Well, I like that you X'd it.
Yeah, I just thought that would be fun since it had that ability.
Very cute. Oh, am I holding this? What?
So we'll see. But that's my finish for this week, and that was the one that I started on the 18th of April. And I wanted done before May 18th. And of course I didn't make it because of Mania.
Right.
But so it was my focus this week to finish up.
Great job, Laura.
Thank you. And I was sitting every night because really those little boxes don't take very long. But I would be sitting in the evening.
Sleeping with your needle.
And then I would wake up and I'm either holding my needle or I would have dropped it and it's just hanging by the floss in my lap. Well, my cat has been really loving on me this week, Poppy. And she has been sitting in my lap, and she'll get me all warm, and then I'm just
They do that. KJ will get on me and do that. I'm okay with Sonny because he's, the smaller one. But when KJ gets on me, oh, my goodness.
And Katie came in one night, and she said, Mom, Mom, it's after midnight. And I'm like, don't yell at me. And she goes, Mom, I was shaking you and you didn't wake up. So I was really tired. And I was so determined to get those done. I've been sewing in the mornings for the book sleeves, and I've been doing cross stitch in the evenings and trying to get
Are you
done.
out of school? You're not out of school
No,
yet.
I have 2 more days. Have to go back Tuesday and Wednesday, which is frustrating because the other districts in our area, at least one of them, the state forgave the snow days.
Oh.
So then it was up to the district. Another district in our area, they're done. They were done Tuesday or Wednesday. My district, no. We have to go back. And we're not going to do anything.
No reason.
No. Really frustrating. But it's okay. I mean, it's 2 more days.
Yeah.
And any of you who follow my Etsy shop for the book sleeves, we are retiring some fabrics. And, I smushed my corner. This happens to be one of the fabrics that we're retiring. We're just, we're at the end of the run on these. And so there's a big discount on them. And if you feel like, I say book sleeve, I carry my iPad. I carry this notebook in one. They're just kind of nice to protect your books and devices and things if you carry them in your purse or a bag. So, but we took a pretty good discount. Plus, this weekend, today and tomorrow, we're having a Memorial Day sale. And the way that Katie set it up, it doesn't need a code. So even if you're buying a retiring fabric, you still get the discount for Memorial Day weekend. So you can check us out. I'll link us below. It's our Etsy shop, Love You More Studio. So anyway, Katie did it late last night. I have 11 more sleeves to make from the retiring fabrics.
Well, you had 4 more pop up while we were on here.
See, I can't read those because I need to take my glasses off to do that. But
and if I don't have my glasses on, I can't.
So Nancy's reading them, and that's what I touched last week and made us stop. So Nancy told me no touching this screen. I said, okay, then you have to click the X's because it makes me buggy. But, okay, previous finishes.
Oh, okay. That's me.
Did you bring one of your previous finishes? Previous finishes are all mine this week. Thank you.
I don't know where that came from. So I was gifted something. I don't know the name of it.
I believe it's called In the Garden.
Okay.
Ooh, I would have to look and see. I'll look real quick while you talk.
But she did this. It's a memorial piece to Mom and Dad. So I thought that was appropriate for today. And that was one of Mom's favorite songs.
We I got to sing with my brother at the funeral, and it was the first time that we had sung together, and I loved that. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it's maybe it really is I Come to the Garden Alone. But anyway, I sang with my brother at the funeral. Icone. And this is one of the songs that we did at the funeral. And what is really sweet is that we all 3 have memories of Mom being in the kitchen and singing it. And it's Trinity Designs.
Is who designed it.
And this is, okay, so I customized this for Nancy. Let's see if I can get it to... There, that's pretty good. That's what it looks like in this gorgeous, in its original. But I interrupted
That's okay.
the little memory there. We all have memories of Mom being in the kitchen, and generally what I remember is her washing dishes.
Yeah.
Because she sang while she washed dishes.
Yeah, or standing at the stove.
Yeah, because, we all hate to just be standing in there. And so she would pass the time by singing usually hymns or old songs. I'm going to show one that would be something else they sang. But they would be singing "I Come to the Garden Alone," and then Dad would walk in when it got to the chorus and would sing with her. And my brother and I got to lead that at the funeral, and it was really sweet. But something that is important on this one, the initials that she does are two huge initials, and she does them right here, and she does two great big ones, and then she puts a date. Well, I just put Dad's initials, and I made my own little heart, and then put Mom's initials, and then I did my personalization here. So, but I thought it would be, and I did think about, maybe using a little more space or adding a band and putting like their wedding date in there, but I just was trying to get it done to give it to you. So, and I gave it to her at a Stitch gathering and made her cry in front of everybody.
And of course, then everybody's going, "What's wrong?
What is it?" And then they're all crying because we're crying, and it was sweet. But I made it for my brother. I made it for Nancy. I have not made it for myself yet.
Oh, you need to get it done.
And I have to think about colors. Nancy's favorite color is blue. I don't know what Dad's favorite color was.
Well, he always wore that royal blue sweater.
Yeah. Well, he loved baseball.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Royals were a really big deal for him. I mean, I remember them looking at each other and saying, "Want to go to the game tonight?" Because you used to be able to do that, and you would just go sit in general admission, and
well,
we
and they
could go.
also went to the A's used to be here in town as a B league, and we used to go out to Chrysler and watch them there.
Yes.
And that was nothing to get in there. You just walked in and sat on the bleachers, and you were right there with them, like a little kids game.
And the funny thing is that there's a park not too far from us where there are a lot of games played. And I can remember that we would be, if we were coming home at about the right time, that Dad might just pull in and we would just go watch Little League.
Yeah.
And we would watch Little League games. I can remember.
Kids you don't even know, but you're sitting there watching them.
And go. I can remember, though, that, we got there and something happened with the umpire, or the umpire didn't show, and our dad got up. No equipment.
Yeah.
But our dad got up, and he was the home plate umpire for it. So, I mean, that was just a thing that he loved. So. So I love watching baseball. I get a kick out of it. I like to go to the game and people watch if I am at the stadium.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate. The Royal Stadium, Kauffman Stadium, is a beautiful facility. So.
But then we also have, what's the other one right over in Kansas that's differently?
T-Bones.
T-Bones,
And that's a really cool
fun
facility
to go there.
And they share their field with the soccer team.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's really cool. And
yeah, we've got some good teams here in Kansas City.
We're pretty spoiled. And Nancy's a huge sports fanatic.
Oh yeah, loads. I watch them every day, every chance I get.
She watches them pass on her channel. Yeah, that's what she watches.
Click.
So I remember Nancy and I went to a Chiefs game. I got tickets when Joe Montana was playing for us. And of course, Nancy didn't have any clue who that was. And our tickets were right in the end zone, and we were fairly close. And she said something to me along the lines of, "I don't know what's going on. I don't know." And I said, "Just watch Joe Montana. We're going to get to see his butt the whole game." and we had to ask the man next to us what was being said during one of the chants that they play, that all the fans start yelling, and I'm trying to listen and get it, and I said, "What are you saying?" when it finished, and he said, "We're saying, we're gonna beat the hell out of you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So Nancy and I just were really tickled by, and people are so fun at games.
Yeah.
I mean, they're excited, they get mad, they get, everything.
Well, remember we went to the hockey game together?
Oh, yes.
And I got tickets from my work, and we sat right down on the ice. Loved that.
And we were right behind one of the goals.
Yes. And oh my gosh.
People would be smashed up against the glass right in front of our faces, and we're like, "Oh, there's blood."
Yeah. know it's a fun thing to watch.
It is. I mean, live
It's
sports.
fast, it's exciting.
Yes. Live sports, even if you don't understand what's going on, are really, really fun.
Yeah. What bothers me is like, and I personal opinion, no. But they drag out so long anymore, with professional players.
And they have made some changes to try and speed the game up. Like, especially in football, they've made some changes, and they're just not putting up with the stupidity.
That's good because, it got to where I didn't even want to look at it.
Yeah. I don't think you should be out to kill the other players.
No.
Or maim the other players. I think what you should be out to do is play the game.
Yeah. And have a good time. Be good sportsmen.
One of my favorite sports is tennis, and the French Open opened this weekend. I'm really excited. But a couple of years ago, I got to go while Katie was up
I remember this.
in Ohio, and I got to go to Cincinnati in September and see the big Open there. And oh my gosh, I got to see Andy Murray play. It was really exciting. And tennis is very interesting because, I mean, you see the stadiums, and yes, some of them are really big, but where we were, it was fairly close. I mean, like, I could see their expressions.
Wow.
So, and we were not we weren't all that far down, but it's just a more intimate sport. So, and I enjoy the back and forth and the play and all that. Roger Federer is my favorite because he's just beautiful to watch. He's such a classic, pure tennis player that he hits it and you're like, man, they should just take pictures, and they do, of the form that he displays because it's fabulous. But I like Rafa for his spirit and the excitement that he brings to the game. It's exciting for me. And, I'm going to watch and see if Rafa, if he wins. This is clay courts.
Okay.
And it's the only clay court major. And Rafael Nadal has won more than any other man in history.
Okay.
And he's in his 30s now, which is old for a tennis player. No, actually, it's older for a tennis player. And they are debating whether he will be able to do this or not.
Oh my gosh.
So it's exciting. I mean, I enjoy that. And it'll go on a couple of weeks, and I'll be out of school so I can watch it.
Wow.
Oh, maybe Nancy's learning something about me too. So my previous finish is Mare's Eat Oats from La Di Da. And originally I stitched this and gave it as a gift. I just wrote that.
Oh,
and gave it as
Eat Oats.
Mares Eat Oats. That's what it is. Mares Eat Oats. They just run it together.
That's never what you hear, though.
No. But anyway, I stitched this for my father-in-law as a gift. And when I got it back, I was a little dismayed that the frame was right up against the stitching. But as I have gotten it back, since my father-in-law is no longer with us, I really kind of like that it is right up there against the edge. I like that it's close. And my memory with this is that when Katie was born, when my daughter was born, we were out at I can't think of the name of the place. It was a kind of a general craft store, and of course, my father-in-law had no interest in what was going on, but my mother-in-law did, I did, and Jeff and I were looking for something, and so he was wanting to walk with me. So my father-in-law took Katie, who was just a baby.
Denny's such a good guy.
Yeah, and he walked along and he's singing, "Mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy," and it was so sweet. And then that was the Papa song. Papa sang to all of his grandbabies, and he just bounced him as he walked along. And I remember I got distracted, and we were there much longer because I just had to watch him and enjoy him singing Mares Eat Oats to Katie. And of course, she just cuddled in, and all the kids loved their Papa, so it was really sweet.
Cool.
But the Papa song. So those are the previous.
Mom and Dad used to sing that one too. So we had it on both sides.
Mom and Dad had some funny things. They I don't know where they got some things, but they just they just were funny, and they would say, "Do you want some more?"
I can't do it.
Oh, come on.
I was trying to think.
I've had sufficient. You went a fishing. I've had plenty. You caught 20? You old fool.
In a pool.
I don't know what that's from, but Mom and Dad did that back and forth.
It's from some TV show. She found it one time. It's from some TV show that they used to watch, and it was a skit, an old skit.
But it was regular banter, and we went back and forth here and that, and it was just a cute thing they did. Mm-hmm. So I am sweating bullets in here today.
I'm really sorry. The air just kicked.
Thank goodness. I think I need a cool drink. Okay, so you want to...
I saw the upper lip.
Yeah.
Shining.
Yeah, shh. Don't tell my secrets. You can talk about that.
Well, I don't have anything to talk about on it. I mean,
You have to say what you're talking about.
The stitch along.
I point to it and she acts like you all know what's in my notebook.
Osmosis, I'm
Osmosis,
transmitting that, right?
New order.
I know, they've been popping up over and over and over. I'm so distracted.
I am going to be sewing like crazy. That's a good thing.
Yep.
Okay, anyway, the stitch along.
Wondered how everybody was doing. Are you working on it?
2Bs and ABCs. Remember, Nancy started down here. She didn't pull hers over, but she has that beautiful flower done. Yeah. Do you want to grab it while I show mine?
I can.
And I, because I worked on the other one to get it finished, I didn't get much done, but I did add a little more. I have to think which side I'm on. I added a little more over here. I finished up this leaf, and I got in this gold part. So I will be working on this to finish off this first row, and there's really not that much more up there. You see what I have left to do? It's not much. So I'm sure I will have that first band done by then. And Nancy started at the bottom. This is going to be fun because we're going to meet in the middle.
Yeah. So it won't slip for me. There we go. So I've got that big pretty flower in.
It's gorgeous.
And I've started on the leaf over there. But I wasn't going to pull it and show it because I didn't do anything on it this week. I carried it to work a couple days.
Well, that was helpful. That was a start.
Yeah, I carried it in.
That's the first step, and the next step is stitching.
Well, I'll tell you.
Why would we ever want to do that?
Yeah. I'll tell you what happened on the next one.
On the next one?
Uh-huh.
Oh, when you show... Okay.
Oh, I did it right side out. Okay.
You what?
I folded it right side out.
Oh, okay. I wasn't getting that. Okay, let me drop that. Things are not cooperating down here.
Remember to use the hashtag RMSAL Addicted Sisters.
That's it. Hashtag RMSAL Addicted Sisters.
Mm-hmm. Be sure to do that so we can find you and see how you're doing.
Because we did get to see progress from one stitcher, and she had started it, didn't like her start.
I thought it looked really pretty.
Yes, it really did. And she pulled new fabric and started again. And
on lamb's wool.
And Nancy loves lamb's wool.
Yes, it's my favorite fabric.
Even though we're both using different colors.
Yeah, even though I have this wall full of color, I like lamb's wool.
And sometimes I like... I don't know how to explain it. I like the clean palette of like neutral. A standard neutral linen. Linen. I love those linens. But I do like, I like the clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes stitching on white is really soothing to me because it's just, it's like a palette cleanser at a meal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so. Next we were going to talk about some chart rehoming. Nancy and I each have one. I'll show mine first because I think they're going to like yours more. Because, well, I say that because Nancy's already stitched it, so you know what it's going to look like. But this is a beautiful, beautiful chart from Stony Creek, and it's called Christ's Love. And it has this verse. You can freeze your frame and read it. It's a verse from Isaiah 53:3. And I really do love how they use the outline and all to get Christ's face and head in there. It's a really pretty piece. So if you want to stitch this one, you can say, I want to stitch the love. How about that? I want to stitch the love.
Okay.
Because we don't want any
Trolls.
Yeah. So, and remember when we're doing this, don't say giveaway, don't say prize, don't say
Freebie,
anything.
Whatever.
Because we don't need that on that takes time away from you guys, and we like to read what you guys have put out there.
Do they need to be subscribers?
For this, I don't know. I mean, I think we've been pretty good. Yes, you need to be a subscriber, and you need to be 18 or over to enter this, and you will end up. We'll contact you, and then you will give us your email, and and we'll get your address and take care of that. But here's the exciting one, because we've both stitched it.
Ready? I found my pattern.
Birdhouses in my thistles garden.
So I know many of you had mentioned that you wanted to stitch it. Here's your opportunity. I'm going to give mine up.
So you can tell us that you'd like to stitch the thistles. And we will draw for that. You know, we're old school. We will get that teal bowl out here. And we will draw for it. We love that. Next up.
Save the date. Save the date.
Nancy and I rushed out of here last week. Our video was abrupt. It finished. Oh, not supposed to clap. Yeah. Our video was abrupt.
I just did a whole bunch.
I know. I realized that. So, sorry for your ears.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let them settle down a little. But we went on a field trip last week, and we went and visited one place where we had an appointment.
Yes.
And then we decided
and loved it.
Oh, loved it.
Loved it.
Beautiful. Decided that we needed a comparison, and turned the wrong way and had to go the long way to get where we wanted to go, and then saw something right off the road. So I think it was serendipitous.
Yes. So on a whim, we pulled in.
And we would like to announce that we are going to host
a retreat. A retreat. You want to come?
Yeah. So, I mean, there are retreats all across the country for people who participate in Flosstube, both watching and making Flosstube videos. And we wanted one closer to us.
Yes.
So we're doing it.
Yep.
And it may be the Addicted Sisters retreat, or, you know, we may work on something else, who knows. But it probably will be the Addicted Sisters Flosstube retreat. And it will be
July 11 to 14, 2019.
So not this year.
Another year.
So you have a long time to plan and save up, and we will have more information. We'll tell you what the location is as soon as we sign our contract and get it in. But there were some things that we really, really liked about it. One that I really liked is that our dates are Thursday through Sunday. And the hotel that we've chosen told us that they build in buffer days.
Yes.
So that you can come 2 to 3
days,
at least
ahead,
2, and stay 2 after. I think you can do even both if you want it to be a long trip. And you get the same room rate as what we get for the retreat.
Our retreat, which of course is going to be discounted from the normal rack rate.
So that's really great. And,
I just got irritated this week because I was trying to book my boss, and she was going in a day early because they were all meeting for a dinner. They wouldn't give me the rate.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
That's so frustrating.
I know, and I'm like, she's there for that. Well, it doesn't start until that date. So I'm like, I like what we got now, even more.
And another thing that we really liked.
Your room rate, we're not going to announce the price right now because we're still working
We have to
things
lock
out.
it in.
But with your room, breakfast and dinner are included. I think that is fantastic. I mean, you know, it's right downstairs in the hotel. We've looked at the menus, we've looked at the venue, and I think you gals are going to just be amazed.
I'm a gluten-free person, and when we looked at things, I am probably going to be able to eat there almost the entire time, and
Yeah.
probably the whole time.
Yeah,
So,
and they've got the vegetarian option, the vegan option, whatever we need.
and I believe that you just let them know what
Yeah.
kind of things you need.
I think so too.
The other thing is that there is a microwave and a refrigerator in every room. And the rooms will be either a king or a double queen.
Yes.
And the rates are different for the two different types of rooms, but and again, we'll firm those up and let you know. But we wanted to let you know that you need to kind of start saving.
Yeah, circle those dates in red. We want to come, or in purple and blue.
Yeah, there you go. And we are we're getting our details together so that we can have it all set up the right way so that everything just goes smoothly.
Yeah.
It has a really nice room for us. The
Stitching room.
Yes, the stitching room is really nice. So
Mm-hmm.
we're really excited. We walked in from the outside. It looks plain Jane. It looks a little, I don't know, maybe it looks a little older style
Yeah.
from the outside.
Yeah.
And we walked through those doors and it was just like,
Yes, and the people there, oh my goodness. I'm sure they're all going to be the same because there were people leaving the building as we were walking in, and they all said, "Hello, how are you? Welcome to,"
yeah.
and then we walk in and we get the same greetings inside.
It was really good.
I was just so impressed. So
and,
impressed.
And the first place that we had visited was so good.
Oh my gosh.
And to be blown
Lovely.
away like this by the second place was really,
Yeah.
really impressive.
Yeah.
So, but it offers, the thing that we like is that it offers you so much more value for your money.
Yes.
So, and we're working hard to keep this, at a reasonable amount so that you'll be able to really enjoy it. But we will set up a group and we will, so that you can find a roommate, whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
And we just need a little more investigating
Time.
and stuff to get it done. But we wanted to let you know we can't stand it when we have something.
We can
good.
keep secrets, but
Yes.
yeah, not like this.
So,
These are great. This is too fun to not share.
Yep. And the thing that we want, and we'd kind of like to know some feedback on this, is we want people who make Flosstube videos who are going to come to let us know.
Please.
Because we would love to be able to do some sort of Flosstuber panel discussion or questions or whatever, and just let you get to know your Flosstubers even a little more. So
I think that would be fun.
there are people we want to get to know.
Yes.
So, and
Face to face.
I've already had one of my favorites tell me that she only goes to one retreat a year.
Ooh.
And I had kind of mentioned this to her, this is where we are. And she said, so I can't go to this one next year. And I said, well, where do you think you're going to go? And she said, maybe to yours.
Oh, fun.
So when she confirms and I ask her, then maybe I'll tell you who it is. But it's somebody I really, really, really love and admire and really want to meet in person. And
yes.
So
she just feels like she's going to be one of those heart people.
So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And we just have a few details to iron out, and then we will be good, and we will be coming back with it. But,
this year's going to fly.
It will. You are welcome to comment to us if you think that you would be able to do that. I'm thinking if you have a roommate, let me come up with a ballpark here. I think we figured out how much this was going to be. I think that this will be under $300 for those days in the hotel with a roommate.
So they're there 4 nights?
3 nights.
3 nights.
So it's the full plus half.
Yeah.
And I think that it's going to be, I think it'll be under 300. It'll be pretty
She's
close.
the mathematician, not me.
So it'll be pretty close to that. That's a good ballpark anyway. But you need to bring some money with you because we chose a venue that is not close to where we live because we wanted to be close to Cece and Company. And we have to talk with Kathy and see what she is willing to do with us. But I know that when we talked to her before, she said, whatever you need to do, I'll make it work.
Open early, I'll stay late, whatever. So,
yeah, so we're thinking that we'll probably have something special going on with CC and Company, and it'll be exciting.
yeah.
Kathy is a fabulous hostess.
She is.
So
She is. Once you meet her, you'll want to go to her shop and be with her all the time because she is so nice, so sweet.
She's so welcoming.
She's got a very good eye. All of those people in that shop do. Very good eye.
And they're not rigid about pushing their point of view.
Opinionated.
Yes. I've been to places where they want you to do it either exactly like it says on the piece, or they want you to do it exactly their way, and they don't allow for any
creativity.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I told the story about pulling a frame out for my Rocky Mountain Christmas, and we all three were like, I don't really think it's going to work.
Yeah.
And we laid it on there, and Kathy was with us, and we all three went, oh. So, I love that because Kathy and her staff, they allow for the possibility.
That's good. That's a good way to say
But they will tell you if they feel like colors are going to fight on something, and I appreciate that too.
They're good advisors too.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our exciting news.
So it's going to be a hard year to keep up with now because we're going to be thinking about this all the time and what can we do? How can we tweak? What can we share with them? And
so watch Instagram. I'm sure that we'll post some things on there too. And Nancy is at The Addicted Sisters, and I am at Pattern Queen 3, and we try to include that down below. If Laura remembers when the video is uploaded, then it's good. Current projects and plans. I'm dying because you hinted that you have something to show.
Well, I was going to tell a little story. On Monday, I took the SAL to work. I didn't stitch on it.
Uh-oh.
On Tuesday, I decided I better take something else. So I packed it all up, sat down, pulled out my floss, got it all ready to go. I didn't have a needle. So I didn't get stitched Tuesday.
Oh.
So then I did get it all together, and I stitched Wednesday and Thursday, but then just talked on Friday. So I haven't really stitched much.
She's sitting here playing with the bag and not pulling it out. I'm dying.
Oh, look at that. You can't see her. Wilhelmina. So, I
look
just did
how cute she is.
Did across here. Got those little flowers in down there and started up on the hill that she's standing on.
So you just needed a little break.
Yeah.
Or a littles break. That's what I call this. We need #little break.
Well, I want to get this done, and I hate that it's laying over here and not getting worked on. So I still have to put her eyeballs in. And then Judy at work pointed out, I forgot her tail.
Oh, no.
I got to get her tail on.
Are you going to put it in and whisper or what?
No.
Not this time, huh?
Mm-mm.
Nancy usually likes the whisper.
Well, I've already done her whole body. And that's usually what I whisper up.
That's true.
Anyway. Wilhelmina.
So when I finished April Sampler, I have been dying to get back to my Quaker Garden from Blackbird Designs.
That is such a pretty piece.
And remember, Nancy has finished that one, and she's just waiting for me to finish, but I've started all sorts of other things. Well, I did get quite a bit.
Wow.
You want to hold the rolling side? I did get quite a bit done.
Wow.
I finished the rest of the alphabet. I put in the flowers up in the vine. I put in the purple flowers in here. I started the letters down here. Can you see I have the top line of the Z?
Yeah.
And I have to finish it. I put this thing in, and I have to get all of the leaves on it. This is where I'm trying to figure out, once I get the leaves in, I'm trying to figure out how to get my initials in there and do all 3 of them. but I may end up just putting my two L's together like I talked about. So I am
I
getting
know I put
really
mine in there, but I don't remember what I did now.
well. I'm getting really close. I could do them over one, but that'll take too little space.
Yeah.
So I have the star to go over here. And really not, there's a couple little things here. Not a whole lot left to do. So, and I love this fabric. This is like, wow.
Yeah.
There are pieces that I enjoy stitching on so much because the fabric is just, I pull it out and I'm like, yes, I get to work on that. So my plans this week are to work on our stitch along some more. I want to get that top band finished. It seems like it's taken me a long time, and I would like to finish it, and I would like to do like the rose below it. There are three little straight line, like these three little lines below it that kind of match this one. And if I get busy enough, maybe I'll start on the ABCs, but I got to tell you, my mania starts are calling to me, calling hard. I haven't posted this one yet, my finish. I think I'm up to 12 finishes this year already.
Wow.
You guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are keeping me motivated, and I want to have something to show you. So I am stitching, I am moving, I am working it, and just, it's fun for me. I want to get it done.
Well, I was going to tell you on the SAL, the big leaf, I was going to do that in that overdye floss. And I did put a few stitches in, but it was too blue.
Oh, the green? Okay.
And it fought with the other colors on there. So that's why I took it out, and I've gone to DMC back to the original colors of it.
And her color sense is so good.
I really like it much, much better.
So
yeah,
it'll be good. So this week, what are you going to work on?
I'm probably going to work on Wilhelmina.
And get her finished?
And try to get her finished.
You're going to get back to the stitch along?
Yeah, I'll probably do that more at home, I think. And so in the evenings, it's a little tough sometimes.
Okay, so until then, she is Nancy.
And she's Laura.
And we are the Addicted Sisters. Have a great stitchy week.
Bye-bye.